Zombieland 2000.
You're already looking at me again.
He's making me nervous. Welcome back to Real Lounge Entertainment. As always, I'm Mike.
And I'm Tyler. And our special guest today is my buddy Andrew.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
What's up, Andrew?
What's up?
I know Andrew's been dying to get on this for a little bit now, as Tyler says. So we chose a movie that is close to his heart, I guess. And that is what movie?
Zombieland.
Zombieland from 2009. This movie is rated R, has a runtime of 1 hour, 28 minutes, 89% Rotten Tomatoes. I highly disagree with that. Budget of $24 million and a box office of $102 million. So pretty solid take for, that budget. This movie is directed by Ruben Fleischer, I think. I didn't really look him up to see if he did anything else.
I don't recognize his name at all.
I don't know, he may have done the second one or not. Very few casts in this, so we'll just go through it really fast. Character Columbus, played by Jesse Eisenberg. He's very hit or miss with me. His great stuff is great. Bad stuff is bad, you guys. How do you feel about him?
I like him as an actor.
Yeah, I can agree.
I don't think I've seen a lot of his stuff, but I do enjoy him.
I'll already take the hot take that he was a good Lex Luthor.
Ooh.
All right. Next character is Tallahassee, played by Woody Harrelson, the great Woody Harrelson. I think this was when he was still smoking weed, so you can definitely tell. Wichita, played by a very young Emma Stone. Almost didn't recognize her in this movie.
Yeah, she looks really young in this.
Well, once she talks, you can pick up on her voice.
Yeah.
Little Rock, played by Abigail Breslin, one of the best child actors of all time, in my opinion. She's not really a child in this anymore, but, great. 406, which is just like the girl at the beginning.
The neighbor.
Yeah, played by Amber Heard. And the great Bill Murray, who plays himself in this movie. So, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen this movie, Bill Murray's in it. So, there you go. All right, so basically general talk of this movie. Overall, before we even get into it, do you like this one?
I enjoy this, yes.
And then you love this one, right?
Yeah,
this is like a top 10 movie for you?
Somewhere there, yeah.
All right. How do you guys feel about Shaun of the Dead? It's a movie that came out in 2004, I think. So, it beat this movie about 5 years.
I love that movie. Have you seen that movie?
I have. It's been a while.
All right.
I don't
Because
remember much of the movie.
obviously 2 zombie comedy movies coming out in the same, rough patch. I chose mine. I latched on to Shaun of the Dead as, one. Not only is it a great comedy, it's a great zombie movie. So I know it's not totally fair to compare it, but I have to. And I didn't watch Zombieland for years. Everyone was like, oh, it's so great, it's so great. It's like, I have my comedy zombie movie, so I unfairly didn't see it. And they put this movie on such a high pedestal that there's no way it could live up to the hype for me. So I already was going to this movie but, that's how I feel. So going to this movie, it kind of starts with just America being on fire and voiceovers with Columbus characters, Jesse Eisenberg.
Yeah, Columbus.
And we get a zombie farting, and right away I knew what kind of movie this was going to be. And it's this nerdy kid who really shouldn't be alive in the zombie apocalypse. He's like a loner. He said he was a loner before. Mm-hmm. And he's just traveling.
He's just traveling, trying to look for his parents because he lives across state or whatever, so he doesn't even know if his parents are alive. So at least he's just have something to hope for, going through the movie.
I think he was coming from Texas.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah,
and he's going to Columbus, and that's why his name is Columbus, because everyone,
all the main characters go by their city names. So,
which I guess is different, but when they're spending so much time together, you think their real names would come out eventually.
They do come out eventually, but
well, we're not talking the sequel. I still haven't seen the sequel.
I wasn't even talking about the sequel. Emma Stone mentions her character at the end once, she realizes that she kind of wants to be with him, but.
I must have just missed
that. Was
the
last line or whatever.
A little snidbit.
But
I was probably too angry about the carnival scene by then, so.
God.
So he just he's, I think, walking on the expressway, right?
Yep.
And all of a sudden this car just starts plowing through, which makes no sense. If you have a working car in the zombie apocalypse, why are you plowing through cars? And you're going to destroy your car. So, and that is Woody Harrelson's character. How do you guys feel about Woody Harrelson in this movie?
I love him. He's hilarious. I don't know about his Twinkie stand, but I like him. He's funny.
Oh, we'll get into the Twinkie in a whole Hostess conversation a little bit. Yeah, I think he's actually really good in this movie.
Yeah, it works.
You gonna say something?
No, I like him in the movie too.
All right, good. Because I saw you inch towards.
No.
Just talk, brother.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I do like him in his movies. He's solid. I mean, I like a lot of his movies. So.
I think he works good with Jesse Eisenberg. Like they're definitely total opposites, and I
Yeah.
think they work together pretty good.
That's why it works in this movie, because he's so, I have these rules, and Woody Harrelson is just like, I'm here to kick butt.
yeah.
So those two, they don't even talk that much. But Woody Harrelson's character is already like, I'm gonna not like you in a little bit, but they decide to drive together, and so the rules, because it starts off at the beginning of this movie where he's like, to survive, you got to have rules, and I'll just list off some of the rules. They slowly come out throughout the movie. It's not a full list. So number 1, cardio. Definitely have to have cardio. We got a scene with a fat zombie chasing him on a football field. I think that same zombie appears in a grocery store later.
I don't know if it's the same one, but
It looks like it.
They do look similar, yeah.
Rule number 2, double tap. Very important if you're actually in the zombie apocalypse. If you take him down, just shoot another one into the head. Make sure that zombie's down. Number 3, the fact that this is number 3, beware of bathrooms. Why is this rule number 3? There's so many other rules that make more sense. I don't like this being number 3 just because, just poop or pee somewhere else.
That makes sense, yeah.
Number 4, seatbelts. Wear your seatbelt.
I mean, you should just wear it in general.
Oh, yeah, I always wear my seatbelt. If I'm sitting in a car, I
Yeah.
got my seatbelt on. Do you wear your seatbelt, Andrew?
Most of the time. I agree.
7, because they didn't say 5 or 6. Travel light. Agree and disagree. There's multiple times we'll talk about in this movie.
Okay.
17, so we skipped 10 of them right now. Don't be a hero. Sort of agree. He also breaks some of these
I was
rules
gonna
in
say
this
that
movie.
he changes this later.
That's definitely going to be one that he breaks. Number 18, limber up. I can't limber up. I have no stretchability. I would be toast if I followed this list. Number 22, when in doubt, know your way out. Yes, 100%.
Yeah, I agree with
Makes
this one
sense.
for sure.
Number 31, another rule he breaks, check your back seat. Once again, so the few rules we get in this movie, he breaks multiple times. And the last one he says is number 32, enjoy the little things. Like a Twinkie.
All because of Tallahassee added that.
Yeah. We'll get to that point later. So I will say there's a scene I like in the beginning of this movie, and it's when he's wanting to go to the bathroom, he's looking at it, and then the zombies come out of nowhere. Or he opens the door and a zombie comes out of the bathroom, and they start chasing him, and he's got the keys to his car. He tries to unlock him, he drops them, so he just runs again in another circle to get him. So it's pretty funny that he chases him in a circle to get to his car.
Run him out a little bit just so he has enough time to get the key out.
Right.
But then he realizes that it's unlocked the whole time.
So I actually really enjoy that scene. Too bad they messed it up like 10 seconds later when he gets in his car and drives, and then there's a zombie hiding in his back seat. A zombie is smart enough to like open the door, get in the back seat, kneel down like this, you guys, and then wait for him to get back in the seat and go, ah.
Yeah, when I was watching this, I was like, wait, was this even his car in the beginning? Because maybe he was just there to go to the bathroom, but decided to get in that car. But he did have the keys. So how does the zombie just chilling in the back seat there? That just didn't make sense.
Right. I don't know how you guys feel about this, but they're not really smart zombies in this movie, right?
Yeah, they're not.
Not really, no.
They're just like the typical zombie. So for that reason alone, something good became something bad. And I know it might be nitpicking, but I like to nitpick at movies like this. And then there's one other major thing at the beginning that they show that was irritating me right off the bat of this movie. And that's when they're showing like the zombie apocalypse happening. And all these people are still doing normal stuff. At this point, you know it's got to be in the news, on the radio, on the TV that zombies are happening. And they show someone just like working on a car. And then zombies attack. Somebody doing, I don't even know, mowing their
There was
lawn
like
or
a
something.
birthday party too or something.
Yeah, a
like
birthday
that.
party. And then just getting attacked. Why are these people doing all these normal things knowing? It just doesn't make any sense. That's not how it works. If a zombie apocalypse is real, and if you're outside or having a birthday party or doing something like that, guess what? You deserve to be taken. So, bye. See you later. Andrew, do you agree?
Somewhat, yeah. I agree. I mean, if there's an apocalypse going on, you should be somewhat aware. But also it is a comedy, so them doing that isn't that bad of an idea for the movie.
Yeah, I know. I
They're
get
trying
it.
to be funny, but at the same time, you got to be aware that there's something going on.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I agree. I'm trying to bust the movie's balls here. But, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. Like, actually, it's somewhat funny, but at the same time,
It's funny, but it doesn't make sense.
Because it is a comedy, but at the same time, it's a real zombie movie. It's not being a ridiculous type.
You at least should have it make sense a little bit.
Right.
But
so for comedy reasons, I let it skip, but we're just trying to get some conversation here, fellas.
I do like the opening scene when they have like the Metallica music in the background. Like I thought all that, like the slow-mo and stuff, I thought that was sick.
That was a bright spot for me.
Yeah. That's when I first watched it, I really liked that scene, so it always just kind of stuck with me.
So basically at this point, they just are going together, driving. Tallahassee lets loose that wants a Twinkie. He hasn't had a Twinkie. That's all he wants since the apocalypse. I mean, he hasn't had a Twinkie. So that's like his goal. So they make stops. Anytime they pass a store, they stop and like they make a sound to attract any zombie.
Yep.
Kill the zombie and then look for Twinkies, which takes them to a grocery store. And this is when they meet Wichita and Little Rock. Wichita comes after. Okay. Pause. We get to a whole time where they go to the grocery store, plays the banjo.
Yep.
Zombie comes running, takes out the zombie, throws the weapon. Walk more into the store. Another zombie. I think he's got a bat at this point.
Yep.
Kills the zombie with a bat. Throws the weapon away. Another zombie comes.
He's trying to be badass, Mike.
Every time they kill a zombie, they just guard their weapon, and it makes no sense. These people deserve to die. If you are in zombie apocalypse, do not do what these people do. Keep your weapon, especially if it's a bat. It's a pretty smart weapon.
Yeah.
All right, but that's besides the point. Emma Stone's character comes in, Wichita, and she's like, "Help me, my sister's been bit." Blah 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 blah.
And they just go along with it, which didn't make sense to me.
They go along with it, and they go to the back, and Abigail Breslin's character is like sitting on a table.
She's like breathing heavy and crying.
And they're like, "We said our goodbyes, but Wichita can't do it. One of you, can you do it?" So, what's his name? Columbus is like, "No, I can't do it." But Tallahassee's like, "Sure, I'll do it."
Yeah.
And he goes to do it, and then Wichita is like, No, it should be me. I got to do it," and takes the gun and falls right into their trap, which if you didn't see that trap come, did you see that trap coming the first time you watched it?
First time I watched it, not really, but rewatching it, I knew it was obvious that she was playing him.
Well, I hope you knew during the rewatch because it's kind of.
Oh yeah, well the rewatch. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, I 100% knew it was coming. Of course, I was much older when I saw it.
It's just because they were building up the suspense for it, and then all of a sudden you get like the music, and then sharply just cuts, and they're like, "Give me your weapons, give me everything." You know, we're taking your car and leaving, and it's pretty dumb.
Yeah, I mean, smart girls though. They would survive.
For sure. I'm just saying it's dumb on the guy's side.
These two girls are very smart for the first 2/3 of this movie, and then they all of a sudden decide they want to lose all their smartness. We'll get to there. Now, so Woody Harrelson and Jesse Eisenberg's characters, they just get left behind, but they're alive, so I guess that's one thing.
Yeah.
And they just go looking for another car, and
I mean, luckily, at least the girls let them grab their stuff, because Iceberg, has his like luggage they carry throughout the whole movie, basically. So they kind of just let them.
Does he ever even like really open that?
No.
I thought like maybe because he literally carries it the whole entire movie and drags it around. I thought maybe he'd open it and there'd be something in there, but never pays off.
No.
So they eventually find was it a Hummer or is it just
like
a truck? And it's their Tallahassee is just like, thank goodness for rednecks, because they open the back seat and it's just like a bag
of guns.
So new vehicle, new weapons, they're all set.
Before all those events happened, on the highway, they stopped to look at a truck to see if there's Twinkies inside of it. But it wasn't Twinkies, It ended up being
Snowballs.
Yeah, and he was very, very upset to find out no Twinkies were in that truck.
Right. This must be the least profitable Hostess truck of all time, because it's only filled with snowballs. And for some reason, none of these snowballs are in a bigger box, because they open the doors and literally it just
falls out all everywhere. Yeah.
Well, we do get that nice comment from the Tallahassee character where he's like, I hate coconut. Not the flavor, but the texture. And Jesse Eisenberg, he's eating one. And he goes,
I love snowballs.
Yeah. But he only picks up like one more. I'm sure you guys need to,
stash
grab
some.
A couple, Yeah. You can trade them, you can eat them.
It's a zombie apocalypse. You need to have some type of, I know it's not the best thing, but it's something to snack on.
Right. They never grab anything, because when they're at the grocery store, they don't grab extra food there either. Like, this is the most well-stocked grocery store I've ever seen in any zombie movie
that's true.
whatsoever, which also makes no sense. But grab some packaged food, okay? geez, there must be other stuff besides the Twinkie that you really, really want. Like Cheez-Its. I would definitely grab a box of Cheez-Its.
I'd grab anything to snack on, but it's all about the Twinkie.
Yeah, you think there was a sponsorship for this movie?
I don't think so.
Oh, right. So once again, they get back on the road, they see their old car broken down on the side, like hood up, smoking a little bit. Once again, they fall for another trap for the girls.
Well, first they were like, do we think this is real? Do we think this actually happened? And of course, he's like, okay, I'll give you the signal, and then you come down. So then he like checks out the car, checks under the car, checks around, doesn't see anybody. Then he brings Jesse Eisenberg the signal to come on down, and then he gets in the car, and they like talk for a quick minute, and then it gets really quiet, and he goes, they're in the back seat, aren't they?
He's in the back seat, and it's
she goes, nope, just me, Little Rock.
Yeah, so they fell for it again, but at this point they choose to drive together, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they just switch them around, so like one's next to the other, and then through time they just kind of like talk, and
they kind of have like all their little talk here and there, but obviously the Little Rock had like the shotgun at Woody Harrelson's face because they don't, obviously they're going to want to escape at one point, but they're just making sure that they stay hostage and do what they say.
Yeah, they had like a little fight, and it turned into the Columbus character like yelling at all of them, like we're human, or
Yeah.
we're
in a zombie apocalypse. Why are we fighting over each other? We should all be working together. But it was funny. I don't know the exact words he said.
Right, yeah.
But
and to make it clear, by this point he's already falling for Wichita. It doesn't help that it's like the only female he's probably seen alive in like the last month or two. Because I think this takes place 2 months?
Yeah, I think
after.
so. I was gonna say, but then he had the neighbor situation at the beginning of the apocalypse thing or whatever at his apartment.
Yeah, it's the girl 406 or whatever.
406.
She's in the apartment 406. He has a crush. That's how we find out, because it's through a flashback, isn't it?
Yeah.
And she just was like, someone attacked me on the way home, and he was trying to bite me, and blah blah. And she falls asleep.
It's just funny because he tries to comfort her, and he gets like this mug, and he puts his Mountain Dew Red or whatever. I don't know what
Code
it's
Red
called.
Mountain Dew.
Yeah, it's so funny.
And she thinks it's gonna be coffee or tea or something.
She
She's like,
sips
"Is
it
this
'cause-
Mountain Dew?"
That part cracks me up. And then she's just like, he tried to attack me and he tried to bite me. And he was like, bite you? And then she gets tired and just puts her head on his shoulder, and then think it's going to be awesome when he wakes up, but then she's a zombie staring at him. So,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, a zombie who already has like bloody scratch marks on her face, which makes no sense. Because when you become a zombie, you don't just all of a sudden look crazy different. You would just maybe be paler because you probably die and then come back. But no, she's got like bloody scratches all over the face. And don't worry, it will be in my negative list right here.
I guess I didn't really think about that, but that makes sense.
I mean, there's a funny quote in this movie. Before he's getting to that, he's talking about himself. And the quote is like, let me find it really fast. Virginity, totally. Shit. Virginity, totally. Fuck! I just messed it up again.
You fucked up.
Like he's talking about himself, and he says virginity, totally justified to speculate on. And yeah, he's clearly. But it's just pretty funny because I think happened before she knocks on the door.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and that girl is played by
Amber Heard.
And do we like Amber Heard, Andrew?
No.
Yeah, I think we can all agree at this table right now that we don't like Amber Heard, even before the trial. Back to where they were. The girls' goal, I think we find out, is to go to some amusement park
Pacific Playland.
because they had fun there one time. And they find out Columbus wants to go to Ohio because he asked them, like, hey, was it Cleveland, I think? I think it's Cleveland. He's like, Cleveland. Oh, no, Columbus, because his name is Columbus.
Yeah.
What the heck, Mike? So his parents live in Columbus. He's trying to get to Columbus, and he asked them, like, have you heard anything about, like, the Columbus area? And they're like, it's a total wasteland. It's gone or whatever.
Yeah, she kind of like is an ass about it.
Yeah, and
or
doesn't
whatever.
realize. And then Tallahassee's like, hey, and she feels bad, but, what's she going to do?
Yeah.
And at this point, they just keep going to stores and stuff and doing stuff. And
Yeah.
he keeps looking for Twinkies, falling in love. And then they go to Hollywood. Is this where we go next?
Yeah, I think so after that.
They go to Hollywood, and here's another thing. They're driving down the roads, and anywhere in California, so much traffic. So there should be so many cars. This is the least amount of cars ever in the history of California. Even when cars were a new thing, there was already more
there was
cars.
like 5 cars in the street.
Yeah, they were able to drive all through Hollywood and downtown and stuff like that in their car, no problem. Didn't have to move cars out of the way or anything like that. And they hop out, get a star map, and here's like the huge moment that everyone talked about. Woody Harrelson's character is like picks a celebrity to go to and doesn't tell them where they go, and they get to the gates. On the gates, what initials?
B&M.
That's right. So you're already speculating who it could be.
Now Bob Marley.
Yeah, now Bob Marley.
That's true, yep.
And it's everyone's favorite comedy actor from the 80s, probably Bill Murray. And they're like, oh, this is Bill Murray's house. They see like pictures of him, portraits. Like
obviously Woody is more of bigger fan than the rest of them, so he's like geeking out after everything he sees in there. But
oh yeah, he was totally geeking out that this is really Bill Murray's house. I doubt it really was. Oh, you really looked in trivia?
It wasn't.
Yeah, I figured it wasn't. There's no chance that he would.
It was a real house, but it's not Bill Murray's.
All right. So they go in the house, thinking he's just like gone, like he's dead, and they separate because I think so. Little Rock and
they like both split up to go check around the house. So Little Rock goes to Columbus, and Wichita goes with Tallahassee, and then you get each scene from each of them, but then you get a creepy not old dude, but a dude with long hair waking up in bed. So then you get scenes from Tallahassee and whatever, and Columbus and Little Rock check out a movie theater. So they sit in there, they put on the TV screen.
Little Rock doesn't know who Bill Murray is, or has never seen a Bill Murray movie. Yeah. So in his own private theater, they put on a movie.
Which comes to my quote of the movie.
Ooh, what is this?
When Little Rock and Columbus are watching the movie, he puts it on, and it's the, Ghostbusters is on. So it's the casual intro. And he was like, oh my God. Wait, I put it down. I don't know, but it hurt.
You're pulling at me right now.
He said, oh my God, this is exciting. You're about to learn who you're going to call Ghostbusters.
My quote of the movie comes like 5 minutes later from there, actually.
Okay.
So yeah, then the other two, what are they doing?
They're checking out the bedrooms, I think, because I know they're going one in the bedroom in Tallahassee, tries to go on this bed, but then Wichita's like, that's mine. He's like, it's okay, it was too soft for me anyways. And then they like check around in the living room. Wichita's hitting golf balls everywhere. Woody's dancing to music and everything. And then you get the Bill Murray scene.
Yeah. Zombie Bill Murray comes out and he's like, oh, and they hit him. Or he
goes up to Woody Harrelson, and then Wichita comes behind with the golf club and hits him.
And hits him. And he's like, ow! And so we find out that Bill Murray isn't actually a zombie. He's just pretending to be, because he can go outside and walk around.
He wants to blend in with all of them, so they would like not be by the house or whatever.
This, obviously, when this came out, was the scene everybody talked about.
About Bill Murray being alive?
About Bill Murray being in the movie.
Oh, okay.
And being like the funniest thing. Is this any of your favorite like scenes overall, having Bill Murray in this movie?
I mean, it's fun with him. I wouldn't say it's most memorable to me in the whole movie, but I enjoy Bill Murray in this.
What about you, Andrew?
I enjoyed it.
I mean, you guys like Bill Murray, I
yeah.
assume? Yeah. I mean, I grew up with more Bill Murray because I'm older. But it was great, but at the same time, like after you see this movie one time, the pungentness of it kind of dies out. It's like, been there, done that.
Yeah.
So then they just start hanging out with him. The other two are still watching Ghostbusters. These three are acting out Ghostbusters in a really funny scene with the chandelier, even dressed up.
Before this, they smoke weed and everything with Bill Murray too, which is fucking hilarious, because who would want not to smoke weed with Bill Murray?
That's right. Yeah,
it's so
you
funny.
gotta have amazing stories.
But yeah, then they dress up doing the Ghostbusters thing, what's hilarious.
Yeah, it definitely is one of the better parts of the movie.
Right. Because obviously, get Woody Harrelson being, the little kid inside, playing Ghostbusters with a Ghostbuster. Yeah. It was hilarious.
So those two are having fun with Bill Murray, and they were like, oh, wait, we gotta go talk to the other two. And, so lots of time's gone by. They're like an hour into Ghostbusters or so. So Bill Murray's like, wait, I'm going to dress up and scare him or whatever. So he walks into the room. He's like, oh, and then Columbus and me is like, ah!
Freaks out, yeah.
And like grabs his gun, and for the first time, he's a man, and he shoots the zombie, or he shoots Bill Murray.
Yeah.
And they're like, he wasn't a zombie. And
of course you get like Woody, all sad about it, so he like gets up right up to him.
Oh yeah, and he's like touching him. He's like, it's still
tender there.
Still tender. And this comes to my favorite quote of the movie, and that is when Emma Stone's character is like, "Do you have any regrets?" And he's like, "Garfield, maybe." And I totally agree. I hated that movie. I hated the Garfield movie where he voiced Garfield.
I think I've watched it once.
It was so boring. I
Really
mean, I was too old at the time that I shouldn't have been watching a Garfield movie, but I did, and it was bad.
That's pretty funny part though.
So that kind of uproots everything.
Well, first then he's dying there, and he does the. And just like slowly dying. It was hilarious.
I'm so glad you did the breathing and
You're
I didn't
welcome.
have to do it. So, Andrew, did you cry at that moment?
I didn't cry, but it was kind of sad.
Okay.
I cried when they picked up the body, and then Emma Stone hits the Bill Murray's head against the wall. Like, I'm just joking.
I know,
but-
obviously, if either of you cried at this movie, we'd have bigger problems.
I love this movie so much.
And then after this, I think, is Wichita gets hit on by Columbus a little bit. They're like about to kiss.
Yeah,
right?
they're drinking or whatever and talking about like their past and stuff.
And then they realize it's a mistake. And next morning, Wichita and Little Rock are just, they bail.
Not a surprise.
You look happy about it. Like they're out of here. Because they're literally right. They're pretty close to Pacific Play.
Pacific Playland.
Yeah, I'm never going to remember how to say that. But, and then we get Columbus, who's like, let's go get them. And Tallahassee's like, no, why? Why are we going after them? And I'd be the same way. Like, they've bailed on us.
Not
and left
once,
us. Yeah, multiple
twice.
times. And he's just like, sometimes you got to be a hero. So he's breaking another rule. And he's going to go on a motorcycle. And Tallahassee has like a SUV.
But it's also kind of funny because when Little Rock and Columbus are watching the movie, he asks Little Rock, he goes, what type of guys does your sister like? She's like, usually bad boys. And they're eating popcorn, and then pushes the popcorn off and like acts like a badass or whatever. So that's when he tries to ride the motorcycle, which doesn't go to plan whatsoever. He just tips over and falls.
I got to say, I do love the popcorn scene where he just knocks on the ground.
It's pretty funny.
As far as the bike, I was like, wait, why is he on a motorcycle? They're not actually going to do this. But then he drives like 5 feet and like runs into the bushes. So
and then when he drives over, opens the door, it's like, all right, let's go.
Yeah. So girls get to the Pacific
Playland.
And, they just, first off, it's all gated. They take their car and they push through the gate. So now, great.
Scene.
We have now created an opening. This whole place is gated off and super secure, but you drive through it and you don't bother to re-gate it after. Even if you just close it and like back the car up to it. So, smart thing number one. Smart thing number two is they turn on the power.
They turn everything on.
Everything on. So now all the lights are on, all the music is on. Any zombie within miles can see this place, gets attracted, and immediately starts going there. And at this point, they start going on the rides. I don't remember. What was the first ride they go on? Was it a roller coaster or something?
Probably a roller coaster, but then I think the second one was the seesaw.
Oh, wait, and the boat thing was the first one, I think. I think the boat one was first.
Okay. Which would make sense. First ride, and you're getting all the zombies to get attracted over there. So, yeah. Probably.
You know what doesn't make any sense, Andrew? Is the fact that they're both on the ride and no one's there to control the ride and turn it on or off.
Correct.
And they do this multiple times. So, I don't know how that's working. Because sometimes some of those rides you get locked in and it takes the operator to unlock it.
Yeah.
And at this point, zombies are already coming in. I think
because when they were on it, they saw all of them hopping over the fences and everything. And
right. So all the brains that these two ladies had at the beginning of this movie are gone just so we can get to a plot point of the conflict, basically.
Yeah.
And get all the zombies in attacking them. And they start running from them, and their idea is to go on like the really tall
power tower
lift thing or whatever. So once again, they have to strap themselves in, and it goes up, and then it goes down right into the hordes of zombies, and you can't go anywhere. But once again, there's no one there to control it. And then at this point, the boys are there in their SUV, and they see where they're at, and they decide to like set up or to attract the zombies away. Tallahassee does that mostly. Yeah. So then Columbus can go help him.
I think he was like, go get your girl or something like that.
Yeah, go get your girl. He has all the zombies chase after him, and he locks himself in like a little...
This is the scene that I think is most memorable to me from this movie.
All right, you want to say it then?
Sure. He gets all the zombies, and he gets attracted into like this little cage area. So he puts all the gates up, puts all the ammo clips down, which is very badass, this scene or whatever. And he gets out the deagles, and he shoots all of them. Obviously, like gangster style, sideways, behind him, like everywhere. Then he runs out of mags, and he puts the guns down, reloads. I was like, this is sick.
I think this is the most passionate I've ever seen Tyler on any of these podcasts.
I saw this at a pretty young age, so I liked that scene when I watched it. So
it's a pretty badass scene for being in a little tiny hut that can probably be pushed away by one person and has 40 zombies outside of it. Did you guys ever watch this movie together? No? Oh. Just figured you guys did.
Nope.
So, Andrew, if you were running from zombies in Pacific Playland...
Correct.
Got it, you guys. Is that the place you would make your last stand, or would you try to find something better?
Find something better.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Like, what do you mean by that?
Like
in a zombie apocalypse to go
if
somewhere?
You're being chased by 40 zombies, this little raggedy little hut, or would you try to find maybe something with higher ground?
Correct. Yeah.
I don't want to be nitpicky because it did, like you said, it gives it the most badass scene. There was a badass scene before, actually. When they first enter the park, there's some zombies, and I think Tallahassee's driving. He
the drift.
Is he driving or is he the one shooting?
No,
he's driving and
doing
shooting.
Both, yeah.
He drifts in and slides and just knocks over all these zombies, but he's also shooting out the window and taking them all out. That to me is an even more badass scene.
I would agree.
Yeah, when I was watching, I was like, that was sweet. I think I even rewound it, but either way, so Tallahassee actually takes out all the zombies there, so he's successful. Columbus gets to the girls and is able to stop it, I think, when they're on top.
So I think Little Rock, I think both of them have a gun, but Wichita runs out of ammo. So Little Rock has the gun and shoots the power box thing so that they stay up there. So then some of the zombies are climbing up or whatever. So they're hitting them with the guns and stuff. And that's when Columbus sort of gets there. He runs into his biggest fear of the movie, which was a big zombie clown.
Right. I feel like if the world is full of zombies now, a fear of clowns would be gone at this point.
Correct.
Are you afraid of clowns, Andrew? Oh my gosh, Andrew's afraid of clowns. Look at that face.
Are you really?
Not really, but sometimes.
Depends. I didn't
it's
know that.
like real clowns or movie clowns?
Like Pennywise or just clowns in general?
Real clowns.
So if you went to a carnival right now and this clown was like, "Hi," you'd be... Good to know for future reference, you guys. I guess we might be doing some clown stuff with Andrew in the future. Yeah, and this whole thing didn't really mean anything because he easily defeated the clown. It wasn't really a big thing. He did mention earlier in the movie that he hated clowns.
Yeah. Yeah, so then he basically kills the clown, and then he, I don't know, hits a button or something. I don't remember how they get down from the power tower. I think he hits a button, but
he hits a button that they already shot.
Yeah, which
and at
that's
this
why I was confused.
Point, I can't remember. Tallahassee gets on a roller coaster.
That was before he went to the cage.
That was before he went to the cage. Well, he gets on a roller coaster and is driving it. All the zombies are around, and he's firing all the zombies, stuff like that. Which, good luck with that, because anyone who's ever been on one of those little roller coasters with all those curves, you ain't aiming at anything. Oh my gosh,
it'd be so jerky and everything.
It's way too jerky. You'd probably drop the gun, but I'll accept it for the movie. Is another good scene. I think Tallahassee probably has the best scenes in this movie.
Yeah, for sure.
Not including Bill Murray, of course. All right, so then we get the scene. Columbus has rescued the girl, breaking one of his rules, and they kiss. They're together.
He's been wanting to put the hair behind the girl's ear for forever.
Yeah.
So it was kind of building up to that. And then, of course, when he saves her, you get the music in the background. So he's going to do it.
Yeah. And he does it. They kiss. Pretty magical. And then they also look over and they're like, "Where's Tallahassee?" And they see there's this little food place that says deep fried Twinkies. So they're looking around. And he's freaking out because he's like, "There's no Twinkies. False advertising." And I can't remember what happened. I think they get scared.
They hear something in the closet. So Columbus shoots the door twice with his double barrel shotgun.
And then they go through and he shot a box of Twinkies. And Tallahassee's like, "No."
And he goes, "Well, you could take the bits out and go around it." And he goes, "No."
But they do find Twinkies. they go out and then
They think that the girls are ditching them again.
Yes, they
this
think-
would have been the third time, but they stop.
they stop, and then Little Rock gets out and throws a Twinkie at Tallahassee, and he's just as
in
happy as
heaven.
Columbus.
Yeah.
So that's basically the movie. They're all friends and boyfriends and girlfriends and stuff, obviously. And the other little thing that we didn't hit on earlier in the movie is Woody Harrelson talks about the only thing he lost in the zombie apocalypse was his dog. There's a flashback of him like bathing the dog and like feeding the dog and stuff like that. And then later on, in a very like dramatic scene, the most dramatic scene in the
they're
movie,
like all drinking by the fire and everything.
he talks about how it was actually his son. So you see the same flashback scene, but he's giving his son a bath. He's feeding his son. So you kind of have like a father-daughter bond that with like Little Rock and Tallahassee, and now you have the other two in like a romantic relationship. So and they go off into the sunset, and that's basically the end of the movie.
Yep.
So this movie.
Oh boy.
No, we'll do positives first. I'll hit up a couple, and then we'll let Andrew talk a little bit, and then we'll have Tyler.
Okay, that's fair.
So positives. My first positive for this movie is the cast is great. They had great chemistry together. They acted it perfectly. They're funny when they need to be funny. So to me, that was really good. What's your first positive?
I'd say the zombies. I like the zombies in this movie, even though they are kind of dumb. But it was
Like the
kinda
look of them and everything.
They
or-
look really cool. Like I like the
Yeah.
look, but they were just classic zombies.
Yeah.
Classic zombies in a non-classic way. Disagree with the statement, but it's okay. just giving Andrew a hard time, you guys. All right, Tyler, what's your first positive?
Obviously, I think the chemistry with everybody, just kind of like you said, some of the characters work better together than the others, but still, I think overall, all of them are pretty well together. Yeah, that's basically all of it, really. We talked about the rest.
Yeah, I mean, Bill Murray is a positive. Where we talked about the Bill Murray conversation, but definitely positive of the movie. The movie shot well. The movie is like it's made high quality. I can say that. Like you can tell the way that it was shot and cinematography and stuff was all good. I like the story of them looking for Hostess, and the dog/son scene was actually really well.
Heartfelt, yeah.
It almost didn't match this movie, so it almost like stuck out in a bad way. But overall, I think it was done right.
Yeah.
Do you have any more positives, Andrew?
I'd say the dialogue from Columbus. I like the parts where he was talking in the background and like telling the story and telling the rules.
Yeah.
and everything.
Yeah, that's
Those
cool.
were one of my favorite parts of the movie.
That was pretty good. I also feel like it's almost Jesse Eisenberg just playing Jesse Eisenberg.
Yeah, like he is in every other movie.
And then also I like the actors' performances too. They did pretty well, like the chemistry with the cast and everything. And then also a highlight for me was the music throughout the movie. I just like some of the music choices they did for it. It just
Like the real songs or the score or both?
both. But yeah, when they were doing the rock song in the beginning with the zombies and everything, I thought it fit pretty well. So yeah.
See, for me, it's like I went brain dead on the music and I don't think I paid attention to it at all. That's
I mean,
my
I think I
bad,
remember
though.
some of the stuff during the movie, but I think, like I said, the classic intro, slow-mo
Right.
stuff was pretty cool.
Any more positives for either of you?
Talked about the rest during the breakdown, so that's all I got. You got more?
Another one was Tallahassee finally got his Twinkie. That was
Yeah.
positive for me. He finally got it.
Well, you gotta have it. You tease a Twinkie, you gotta
get it.
bring
They
it.
brought it up
Twinkie.
so many times. They had to at least bring it in once.
Yeah,
All
that
right.
was pretty much it for my positives.
Oh boy.
So negatives for this movie.
All right.
How about you guys go first? I want to hear some of your negatives first. Then I'll.
My first negative is I would say it's a little too short. I wish they would have made it a little bit longer and told a little bit more stories throughout the movie. Like the scene where they needed on the car, it showed help. Like what happened before that. Like how did they break down or like where'd they go before that. That's what I'm kind
Right. I agree with that statement because one of my negatives is I feel like this movie
too
is
short.
missing like half hour.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't need to be half hour, but I feel like they shot a 2-hour movie and they removed 30 minutes of it. And I think they accidentally removed some of the better parts. Yes, that's a joke, but it's kind of a true joke. I feel like they're missing. I feel like they made a movie and cut some of the funny parts in a comedy. So, but yes, this movie's a little short. Should have been a little bit longer. Next negative for you.
Go ahead. I got
You keep going, yeah.
Amber Heard. I just
She's in it for like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
It was that big of
Yeah.
a dislike for you?
her on screen is what put it down.
Well, I saw it and I was like, why does she look so familiar? I'm like,
Right.
oh, it's Amber Heard.
That's a
Okay.
very young Amber Heard. I can't put it on
Yeah.
negative because, like Tyler said, it's like it really doesn't affect the movie
Yeah.
whatsoever. But yeah, go ahead.
That was a joke, but also
Yeah. No, we got you.
I got you. Yeah.
Another one was the pacing a little bit. Some of it was kind of off for me. Some moments were good, but I feel like they rushed a couple times getting to each spot. Like again, I wanted more explanation of when they're getting there on their way and like
I can see that.
stops and stuff because I feel like they were kind of going, you know.
Yeah, I'll hop on that too. The pacing, the issue with the pacing for me is the first whatever section, like the first third is a zombie movie, and then we get to this huge section in the middle with Bill Murray where there's no zombies. It turns into just people hanging out at a house, which you could easily stayed at that house and lived forever if you wanted to. But, you know, that's besides the point.
Yeah.
So then we have this huge section where there's no zombies and then right back into the zombies. So it's like they kind of got a little confused on the pacing of the movie.
That was one of my dislikes. Like, obviously it's a comedy zombie movie, but at the beginning of it, it felt more creepy and scary with the zombie aspect. But as you went along with the movie, it felt like they weren't a threat. I would have liked to have seen maybe more of a scarier part towards the end. I guess maybe the clown part at the end, but
should have had a bigger, like a final boss type of thing with the clown, like a little bit of the battle.
It could have been like maybe 2 or 3, or I thought maybe that'd be more intimidating.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, it's Carnival. There should be a
yeah.
few. Any more negatives, Andrew?
Claiming there's a safe haven when no place is safe. That's how I feel.
I think for that one, it's kind of just like a cliche in zombie movies that you know, you hear the radio. Oh, go to New York, it's a safe haven. Go to Wisconsin. So it's kind of just a play on that. Every movie has it. There's never been a safe haven in anything except for maybe Walking Dead. But then, you know, they get there and they destroy it. So that's. Got any more, or you want me to start going down our list?
Well,
I mean, I'm hitting up on some of yours.
One more. Not enough zombies. I feel like
Not
it's a
enough zombies?
zombie movie. There should be more zombies and more.
I agree.
Yep.
Yeah.
You got any negatives you want to add on?
I want to hear what your big negative is before I start going.
All right.
Because you told me there's a big negative.
My huge negative for this movie is you only have 4 characters. There's no fodder characters. You have made a zombie movie in which nobody dies. I'm not going to include Bill Murray or Amber Heard. Amber Heard is just a throwaway character in a flashback scene. Bill Murray just comes in for some comic relief and then goes away 10 minutes later. You can't make a zombie movie without having any characters die. I understand it's a comedy, but so is Shaun of the Dead. And they still had multiple characters dying every 15 minutes of characters dying. That's a big problem for me. So it's a comedy to me that's not funny enough to be a comedy, and it's a horror movie that's not enough horror for a horror movie. So now that my big complaints out of the way, are you going to go?
That makes sense, yeah. I think Tallahassee and Columbus were smart in the very beginning, but once they met the girls, it just totally went out the window because obviously when they first meet, they have the stare down and they're both having the guns at each other, but they don't do it when they see Emma Stone. Maybe because it's girl, maybe she's breaking down because of her sister, but it kind of just goes out the window.
Well, Columbus, obviously, because hormones.
Yeah.
Tallahassee, no, I feel like he would have stayed. I don't think Tallahassee would have fallen for the trick at the grocery store, first of all.
But one of my biggest complaints about the movie is they always drive around with this yellow car. How does it not run out of gas?
Exactly. But
like they're driving from state to state. Maybe they could have shown them getting gas somehow, but I know they split between 2 cars at least. But
Well, since you brought it up, I'll hit on that because that's on my negative side, and that is we're in a post-apocalyptic world of zombies. 2 months in, all the electricity is on. Everywhere they go. Every store has full electricity. All the stores aren't destroyed. The gas pumps wouldn't be running. You know, they wouldn't be able to have access to all this type of stuff. So, yeah, to hit on your whole car thing, there would be no gas because there would be no electricity.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, you could get gas from, like, cars and stuff like that, but, like, it would be harder, and they don't seem to talk about the problems of the zombie world in this movie. It's more of just, like...
They kind of just deal with it and just go
It's almost like they just are playing in the zombie world. It's not like a real zombie world.
And speaking of the yellow car, you also get the scene where Tallahassee gets all the guns, and with his bright idea, he gets excited and shoots the guns up in the air and wastes all the bullets.
Oh yeah,
you know this is a zombie apocalypse. Like you want to at least save all that because you're gonna need it,
especially bullets. I mean,
yeah. I got a little bit more. Maybe you want.
All right, no, keep going. Oh, keep going. I've said quite a bit of my negatives on yours. I have hopped on yours.
My last one is the Bill Murray scene is funny, but also very stupid.
Yes.
I get they probably were smoking weed, so that might have affected his opinion on that situation, but I think it was very dumb of Bill Murray to do that.
Yeah, he kind of deserved to die at that point because why would you prank these people?
Yeah.
I mean, for the other part of Bill Murray, it's funny, but once you've seen it for the first time, the second time, it's not as impactful. Yeah. I'm sure I've only seen this movie twice. I'm sure the third time it'll become less impactful. Yeah. Is that your last negative then? All right, so I've kind of hopped on theirs and kind of explained some of my negatives. I just have a couple more that I've kind of talked about, and that would be like the zombies themselves. I know, Andrew, you liked them. I have a problem. I don't have a problem with the way they move because they move like normal people. They're not stronger like some movies, which makes no sense. If you have a zombie virus, you're not going to be stronger, so that's fine. But I've already talked about how I don't like the look because it makes no sense why you turn a zombie and it's all of a sudden just like scratches or whatever. Certain scenes in this movie, like when Amber Heard becomes a zombie, like Columbus wakes up and she's a zombie, like just like hovering over. Why didn't you already kill him? Like, why didn't you already start eating him?
She was like stalking her prey, waited till he got up, but it didn't work out
There's
with her.
A bunch of scenes like this that just make no sense. And all the characters, all four of the main characters, make so many dumb mistakes in such a short amount of time. Everything they do, I'm like, why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? So it kind of just takes, once again, I know it's a comedy, but it takes the zombie part and the horror part out of it. Is they don't follow any rules. Like Shaun of the Dead is complete opposite. They go to the bar and then they got to deal with the bar issues and the zombies break into the bar and stuff like that. So like, just you can still be funny and still follow the zombie rules. So
I just want to chime in a little bit. I kind of forgot one of the parts I was going to say, but you know, he has this whole rule book throughout the whole thing, and the more he spends time with the girls, the more he doesn't follow it. You know, he becomes a hero. It was originally not a hero. One point they're driving down the road and he has a seatbelt on, but then he takes it off because he's talking to Wichita, and he goes, "Oh, it feels a little loose," you know, because he's always wearing a seatbelt. You know, I just feel like the more he stays with them, the more it's not going to go well for him.
So we've already talked about it, but a big part of this movie is chasing a Twinkie. Tallahassee, that's the only thing he cares about. He hasn't had one since the apocalypse, and that's all he wants. So for you guys, when it comes to Hostess, is a Twinkie like your main choice, or is it like...
I mean, I think it's okay. I wouldn't say the best. I'm not a big host. I don't usually eat a lot of Hostess stuff, so maybe if you guys spit some, maybe I'll be like, oh yeah, that. But
I mean,
Twinkie's just okay.
I love like so many Hostess things, or at least in the old days before they went bankrupt and stuff. How about you, Andrew? You Hostess guy?
Not really.
Would you be dying for a Twinkie?
I'm not dying for one, but eating one is satisfying. But.
All right, so after we do our ratings, we got a few Hostess treats that we're gonna try out. And obviously, there's too many choices to buy them all to figure out like which is the best Hostess. So we got like 6 or 7 or 8 or something like that. And we'll do a little taste test and see which out of the ones we got, which one's the best, and if the Twinkie is the one we go with. I'm guessing probably not. All right, so ratings out of 5. 5 being a true classic, 4 being pretty darn good, 3 being middle of the road, 2 being should be better, 1 being it's bad, and a 0 being nothing redeemable whatsoever.
Wow,
yes,
he
I
did
remembered
it.
I haven't said that out loud in months. It feels great that I got it.
Usually like, Tyler, you do it.
Yeah, I usually put it on Tyler because he remembers it. But, you know, I broke my brain remembering that. So, if it averages out over 4, it goes on the Wall of Fame. If it's 1.5 or lower, it's Wall of Shame. I think we have, 2 on the Wall of Fame?
Yeah, I think it's Conjuring and American Beauty.
And I think Halloween Ends is the only one that has made it to the Wall of Shame where it will stay. So, Andrew, day 1 podcast for you. What are you giving this movie? Do you still love it as much as you used to?
Not as much as I used to, because now that I'm older and, picking through what I don't like and what I like about it, seeing it again.
Yeah.
But I'll give it a 3 out of 5.
3 out of 5? I think that's a fair score from you. I was expecting a higher. I was getting ready to attack, but... I respect the 3 out of 5 from Andrew. Tyler?
Well, if he said a 3 out of 5, I might as well go for a 3 out of 5 here. Like I said, watched it when I was a little bit younger. I enjoyed it then. I enjoyed it now. Still not the best zombie movie, but I enjoy the comedy in this.
Right. I won't be as kind, but I'm not going to be mean either. I will give it a 2 out of 5. It is a watchable movie. Probably not one I'll go to too much because there's just so many better movies for that. But, I think a 2 out of 5 is pretty fair. So what's that? Like a 2.7 or something like that?
Let's see. Something like that.
8 divided by 3. 2.66, yeah. So,
Yeah.
yeah, about a 2.7. So, yeah, it's about a 2.7 rating. So, that's pretty solid for what it is. And I think that's pretty accurate towards the kind of movie it is.
Yeah.
So, let's get into those Hostess treats, guys. All right, like we said, we stopped at a couple stores, grabbed a few Hostess things just to see if the Twinkie is really worth it. I already can tell you I disagree with it, but we got a few things. We'll go over them. We'll eat them. We'll keep talking about the movie a little bit and see which one out of the ones we got we would pick. Obviously, we can't get every Hostess snack. Otherwise, I would fall in love because I love Hostess. So, first one we got right here is the Iced Vanilla Zingers. I also picked up the Raspberry Zingers, which is one of my favorites now that I'm older. If I was a kid, I probably would have hated these. I expect these two to not to like them, but guess what? This is probably my real number one. I grabbed some Ho-Hos. What do you got over here, Andrew?
I got the snowballs. Then I got the ding dongs.
Ding dongs.
I got the classic honey bun. Cupcakes, because Mike said you got to have the cupcakes.
Gotta have the cupcakes.
And then, of course, classic Twinkies.
All right, so we'll just start opening them and kind of dishing out. We'll go with the Iced Vanilla Zingers first. I recommend not eating the whole thing, you guys, or else you guys are going to, like, or, like, for everything, because this is a lot of sugar. Starting off with my favorite, and I expect to have, do you guys like coconut?
Yes.
I'm not a huge fan, but I enjoy it.
Right there, already better than Twinkie, I'm telling you. Solid, right?
That ain't bad.
I was expecting Tyler to hate it.
I like the coconut on it.
It's
That's
not
not
too
bad.
much. Like, it's different than the coconut we're going to get on the Snowball.
I mean, is it basically just a Twinkie covered in coconut and raspberry?
It's like not as
right?
thick as a Twinkie, I think. So it's a little bit, but yeah, the raspberry flavor and the coconut. So right there, that's the one. Like, if I'm buying a treat now, that's my go-to. When I was a kid, it was the cupcakes. My brother was Twinkies for sure. All right, second
next?
zinger, vanilla zinger. Probably my least favorite on the zinger, so I don't expect a great reaction, but it's still pretty good. It's like eating cheap cake.
That was not bad. I think I do prefer the raspberry one better.
All right.
They're both really good.
Oh god,
Andrew's in heaven right now.
yeah, we got Andrew started on zingers now.
Now he'll come over for any pod as long as they're sweets.
For real.
What's funny, I used to buy zingers on my way to Sakura's when we were doing the pods at his
Really?
house. So, all right, last one to play right now is the Ho-Hos. First chocolate one of the day. It's not a Swiss roll, guys, but it's still pretty good.
That's solid. I think I'm more of a fruity guy than chocolate, but
Yeah.
that's good.
I like fruity, but it's not a cupcake. So, all right, so next we're getting into what? The snowballs and the ding dongs, I think.
I'm pretty excited to try the snowball because obviously, you know, I watched this movie when I was a little young, so I never knew what a snowball was because Tallahassee hated it
Right.
so much. But
For me, I don't like the texture of it. Not the coconut, it's the marshmallowy part. It's like too soft bite into it with the cake and stuff. I'm curious how you guys are gonna feel about it because some people are gonna love it. Ding dongs as well. Ding dongs were never my favorite, but my dad liked them. I'm pretty sure. You guys have ever had ding dong?
I think it's been a while. How about you, Andrew?
It's been a while. Do the snowball first. Let's
Snowball?
just-
Snowball
let's just run it.
first. Cheers. Yeah, I hate that texture. I hate it. Okay, all the years watching that. Was it worth the wait?
No. It just tastes very dry to me. I'm with Tallahassee. I don't like the snowball.
That's the worst one.
That is the worst
To
one
be
so
honest,
far.
I hate to say it.
You had to try for this movie specific. If
Yeah.
if you had to grab two, it's gonna be the Twinkie and the Snowball for that movie.
Plus, it just feels so soft, so you think it'd be like very nice inside. But
The texture is
yeah, that's all right.
it's not my favorite.
All right, ding
Right.
dong.
Ding dong. A little dry. But basically what I remember.
Ho ho and that one tastes kind of the same a little bit. I think I would go with the Ding Dong over the Ho Ho, but
I would go Ho Ho over the Ding Dong just because since it's like the swirl in it, it kind of proportionately you get everything in every little bite. All right, so we're in the last three. I say we keep the Twinkie for last.
yeah, for sure.
And the honey bun second to last.
Honey bun?
Okay.
So say cupcake first.
All right, cupcake
Cupcake.
first. My childhood favorite. I mean, the whole thing on that one. That doesn't taste like it normally does. A little disappointing. That one tastes weird. I don't know if they changed the recipe or not, or maybe it's because I've been buying the fake ones.
That one's
lately.
all right. I think I'd prefer some of the other ones over that, actually.
All right, honey bun next.
Let's do it.
It's been a long time since I had this.
I'm not sure if I've ever had a Hostess one, actually.
Oh, yeah.
That's where it's at, man.
That might be the best one right there.
Literally just tastes like a glazed donut. Honey glazed
honey
donut.
bun.
So good.
I love honey buns, but at the same time, for me, it's like I said, I don't think I've had a Hostess one because it's just like any other honey bun.
Yeah.
So it's good, but
I enjoy that one. That one's good.
all right. And the Twinkie, the one we are here for because of the movie
Shout out Tallahassee.
Tallahassee. This one's for you.
Cheers.
Absolutely not. Am I searching for that out? It's good. I like it. Don't get me wrong, guys.
I think I
but
enjoy it more than I did last time. That was pretty
I
good.
think I would search for it.
You would search for it.
I remember how good that was back then.
That was pretty good.
But the strawberry one, still better.
Still
See,
think so.
yours is like the strawberry cream. When I was younger, they had one that had like almost like a strawberry gel in it or something like that. That was so good. Yes. All right. So if you had to pick like bottom two, doesn't have to be in any particular order. I myself, I'm going Ding Dong. What else do we have? And Snowball for sure.
Andrew?
I would have to agree with that one. The Ding Dong and the Snowballs were the bottom two for me.
I'm going to go Snowball and the Zinger. Which one was the vanilla?
the vanilla Zinger.
Yeah, say that one. That was okay.
So right now, if you like Snowballs, defend yourself in the comments because that thing is an abomination. All right, as far as like my favorite two, I hate to have to put the cupcake away because that was disappointing as hell right now, and I usually eat them. It just tastes it off. Still going my raspberry Zinger, and you know what? That honey bun was pretty good. I guess we gotta go with honey bun.
If you had to pick a third one, what would you go?
I'll go my vanilla Zinger just because it's good.
Yep. Andrew?
This may be surprising, but what stood out to me was the raspberry Zinger.
Yes.
I will be honest with you, that was really good. I never had that one before, and that stood out to me. And then obviously, I'd do maybe the Twinkie, and then the vanilla, the other Zinger. The other Zinger.
You like the Zingers?
I don't know. That was good. I never
He's
had
a
those
Zinger
before.
fan now.
There's a third one. There's a chocolate one.
But yeah, those are my top three right there.
My top three would be, I think, 1, honey bun. 2, I think I would go Twinkie, maybe.
Twinkie?
I think I like the Twinkie now. And then I'd probably say the Ding Dong, probably.
Ding Dong. You were Ding Dong for putting that in your top. That's a bottom. I'm surprised that like my whole life has been the cupcake over the Twinkie, but just based off that taste testing, the Twinkie tasted better this time for me. So that's shocking to me. Twinkie would probably be the next one on my list as a fourth place.
Fourth spot, yeah.
All right, so that does it. If that hasn't settled the debate about, really nothing, because in the post-apocalypse, Twinkies, come on, there's so much more better food to eat. So I didn't write any interesting facts down or trivia for this movie, but I think my friend Tyler over here has some. So
Yep.
Tyler, what happened for this movie?
There's a lot of people in here that had different roles that were supposed to be in this. So, for example, Columbus here was originally supposed to be for Jamie Bell, who was the Thing from the 2015 Fantastic Four. Sorry, out of breath. But then he backed out, and then it was originally supposed to go to Taylor Lautner after that, but then he backed out. Emma Stone was originally supposed to be Neighbor 406 instead of
Oh, really?
Amber Heard. She was the third person for Wichita.
I'm glad that happened. I love Emma Stone.
It was supposed to go to Evan Rachel Wood. I think she was from like Westwood. I didn't know her.
She's in Across the Universe and stuff. Great actress. I think she would have.
Show?
It was a movie. That's like about the Beatles. Great actress. She would have been totally out of place in this movie.
And then the next person was Megan Fox, and then she turned it down.
Oh, thank God.
I will agree.
Are you a fan of Megan Fox or?
Sometimes.
Good answer. Bill Murray was just one of the names out of the 7 that were supposed to be in this movie. Other names were Mark Hamill, Joe Pesci, The Rock, Jean-Claude Van Damme, Kevin Bacon, and Matthew McConaughey. Me personally, I think it would have been awesome to have Mark Hamill in this. I think that would have been sick.
Mark Hamill would have been the same kind of thing with Star Wars instead of Ghostbusters. Joe Pesci would have been great as well. I love Joe Pesci.
It would have been funny.
Oh my God, it would have been great. Kevin Bacon could have done some dancing stuff. I think those would be.
He could have danced with like Woody Harrelson.
Yeah,
I think that would have been cool. But
those are pretty sweet.
But since Bill Murray did this, he got paid $3 million for just the short scenes he was in.
He was probably shooting like 2 days, but worth it.
Yeah.
So,
like we said earlier, Bill Murray's house wasn't actually his house. It's a real house in Atlanta, Georgia, owned by a famous real estate manager, Lee Najjar, or as in other words, Big Papa is his name.
Wow, just wow.
All right. Funny thing in this, Columbus mentions that he likes that Facebook isn't a thing anymore, and a year later he turned out to be Mark Zuckerberg and the Social Network. So it was kind of like
That's pretty funny.
little thing in there that was pretty funny.
I still haven't seen that movie.
I have not. Have you seen that?
It's a really good movie.
You like that one? Obviously, the movie was inspired by Shaun of the Dead. Woody Harrelson, he's been waiting for this Twinkie at the end since he's actually vegan in real life. It wasn't an actual Twinkie he was eating, so they had to make a look-alike, and it was made with cornmeal instead.
Ugh. All right, I can tell you it's not as good as a Twinkie.
And then Emma Stone said if there was ever a Zombie 3, she would 100% be there for it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I would say no.
Second one wasn't the best, but maybe if they did something better with it.
I just like when actors and actresses aren't afraid to go back to like movies
Something that
helped them
wasn't-
start off that may not be like a shiny moment.
Correct.
And that's what I do like about Emma Stone. She seems to be generally like a pretty cool person.
Yeah.
So. I think there was one more fact that I actually did read up on, and that was they keep doing like the kills of the week in the movie.
What's that?
There's like the kill of the week, and there's like a lady.
Oh,
walking
Kill of the
the
Week. I
piano.
got you. Yep.
So this was originally supposed to be a TV show. It was pitched as a TV
Oh,
show,
really?
and at the end of every episode, they would have a kill of the week segment, and so it became a movie. But they decided to keep that running gag in. So
That would have been
a
cool.
little bit interesting. Right
Yeah, I wouldn't really think that'd be a TV show, but it's funny how it was at least
Right.
brought up. It's weird.
Back to the 7 people that you were mentioning that they would have had in there, the celebrities. I would have loved to see Van Damme because he would have karate chopped a zombie.
That would have been funny. Yeah.
So that would have been my pick.
Let's
I
go
s-
bigger. Let's go for Arnold.
Yeah, I was waiting for it because after every movie we've done, there's at least
Yeah.
him or somebody else. I can't remember who else we talk about, but yeah.
Arnold used to come up in everything because he used to be almost cast in every single movie.
Yeah.
And then Sikora would be doing his Arnold voice. I'm not doing it because I can't, and I don't want to embarrass myself. But
So like The Rock these days.
yeah, I would have been disappointed if it was The Rock, actually.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, at this time, I think he was kind of just getting out of wrestling a little bit, so he was doing his earlier stuff of
yeah,
movies.
he was already in
but
movies, but he wasn't like what he is now.
Yeah.
But I still just.
I think I'm happy with Bill Murray though.
I'm very
Overall.
happy with Bill Murray.
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised they got Bill Murray to say yes to this because he's kind of picky choosy about
I
stuff.
think I was reading. I think Woody Harrelson was the one that wanted him. I can't remember what he said, but he said if he didn't do it, then oh well. But I think he really wanted him.
Right.
So I wonder if he's a big fan of him, really, in the real
Probably,
world.
yeah. They probably know each other somewhat.
Yeah.
That's probably why. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to check us out on
YouTube, X, TikTok, and Instagram at Real Lounge Entertainment.
As always, I'm Mike,
And Tyler.
and joining us this time was
Andrew.
there we go.
Where's the fucking Twinkies? I like some of